why don't you come on up to the dais here, or the panel, I should say, and we'll have Riley start with the staff briefing.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Riley Benj, staff to the committee. Before you is House Bill 1771 concerning relocation assistance for tenants of closed or converted manufactured mobile home parks. This bill comes to you with a vote of 97-0 from the House floor. And for brief background, the Mobile Home Relocation Assistance Program provides financial assistance on a first-come, first-served basis to low-income persons owning mobile homes in mobile home parks scheduled for closure or conversion to another use. Eligible tenants may receive a maximum of $17,000 for a multi-section home and $11,000 for a single-section home. The funds are dispersed in two parts. First, tenants who qualify for assistance will receive cash to relocate the home or secure alternative housing, and to receive the remainder of assistance funds, tenants must, within 90 days of receiving the initial cash assistance, transfer title of the manufactured mobile home to the park owner, relocate the home, or demolish and dispose of the home. The bill before you does three things. First, it extends the period of time in which tenants must fulfill the requirements in order to receive the remainder of assistance funds. The time period is extended from within 90 days of receiving the initial cash assistance to up until the park closure date. Tenants who remove their home on or before the park closure date and reinstall the home in another location within 12 months after the closure date are also eligible to receive the remainder of assistance funds. Second, it expands the definition of relocate to include removing a manufactured mobile home by selling or gifting the home to a third party and securing other housing. And finally, it removes an exclusion from relocation assistance eligibility for tenants receiving assistance from an outside source that exceeds the maximum amounts of assistance to which they are entitled under the program. Fiscal note is available but shows no impact. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do you have any questions for Riley? Senator Gildon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just the fiscal note. Is that because there's already funding in the underlying budget, so this is no additional cost?
I will have to read into the fiscal note. I think, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we'll get that information for you, Senator Gildon. All right, any other questions? And I'm not seeing any. So welcome again, Representative Donahue. It's good to see you. Please tell us about your bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. For the record, I'm Brandy Donaghy, State Representative in the 44th Legislative District, which includes the cities of Mill Creek, Snohomish, and areas of unincorporated Snohomish County. So any kind of assistance program is only really as good as its ability to function appropriately. And this is a great concept, but it hasn't been able to be fully realized because for a number of different factors, we have had people who have requested the assistance and needed to move out of their mobile home parks that are closing, but are unable to do so within the timeframes that were initially allowed. And because of that, I brought this bill forward to increase those timeframes so that people can actually take advantage of this program so that its value can be fully realized.
All right, thank you. Do we have any questions? So does this allows for stacking, doesn't it, of the assistance?
So the assistance program already exists. All my bill does is actually change the timeframes to let them go from, I think it was 90 days to up to a year until the park closes to be able to move. So nothing else is changing, just the timeframes.
Okay. We had a discussion about the ability to get outside assistance for mobile home owners, and there was some concern about whether that would be allowed in addition to the relocation assistance. If you know the answer to that, that'd be great.
That is not something I know the answer to.
Okay.
I would want to defer to staff on that.
Okay, and if we were able to determine that right now they're not able to stack or get additional help, would you be okay with an amendment to your bill that would include that ability to do that?
My goal is to make sure it works. And if it requires an amendment to make it work, I'm down with that.
All right, thank you so much, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to temporarily suspend the public hearing on House Bill 1771. which is the relocation assistance for tenants, the Representative Donaghy bill. And we have one testifier, Dave Pringle. Come on up, Dave.
Thank you, Chair Cooter. Good morning, members of the committee. I'm Dave Pringle with the Department of Commerce, here to testify in support of House Bill 1771. I want to thank Representative Donaghy for bringing this forward to the legislature this year. As you heard, the bill adjusts the timeline issue for some residents that are eligible for the Manufactured Mobile Home Relocation Assistance Program that we administer at the Department of Commerce. As you know, the department is notified of planned closures of parks, and our response team works to connect with residents once we receive that notice. We work to provide residents application information and connect them to the resources available through the department as they transition from their homes or transition their homes to a new park. The financial assistance for residents relocating comes from fees collected when a home is purchased in a manufactured mobile home community and a portion of the community's owner's annual registration with the Washington Department of Revenue. Under previous legislation, the 90-day window for a resident to move, transfer title, or dispose of their mobile home during a park closure took effect, and it's raised some issues for residents. In particular, the issue of moving and reinstalling a mobile home to a new park is difficult to achieve in a 90-day window. This window limits their ability to hire a company, secure permits, and pay for the move, or sell and transfer ownership to move the home, and ultimately prevents receipt of that second cash assistance that they're eligible for. And to your question, Senator Gildon, we do feel that in the fiscal note that these folks are already eligible for these funds, and so we feel like it's within our ability to pay for them. It's just the window is prohibiting them from meeting that other eligibility. So we've received notices for closure for about 11 parks between August 2021 and September 2023. In 2022, 30 households applied with the intent to move their home, but only one was able to meet that 90-day timeline. And so many of them are forced to sell their home rather than be able to move it and still get that second cash assistance. So we're in support of this bill and hopeful that it'll help people get the funds that they're eligible for as they transition to a new home. Happy to take any other questions.
Okay, do we have any questions for Dave? I am not seeing any, so thank you very much. We will be moving on this bill too.
Thank you.
And with that, I'm going to close the public hearing on House Bill 1771. We're going to move into House Bill 16.